because we heard all of this from acting Secret Service director. He didn't fully blame the local police, but you could he was dancing around it. He says that they thought the local officers were up there with eyes on the roof. What are you hearing from the local PD today?
Well, these guys did not want to speak out. Let me make that clear. And I just happened to be there and asked them to respond to these claims. They said, look, this is laughable. They were following orders. They were supposed to be inside that building. And this notion that they were tasked with securing the roof line, it's just not true. It's a narrative. But let's listen in their own words. Here they are.
I want to read back some of the things that the acting director, Ronald Rowe, said today. I might just power through some of these.
Sure.
I could not, and I will not, and I cannot understand why there was not better coverage, or at least somebody looking at the roof, that roof line, when that's where they were posted. We assumed that state and locals had it, Rowe said, of the area where Thomas Crooks climbed the side of the building near the. We made an assumption. With respect to the snipers that went on national television and gave an interview and said that they did not get a briefing from the Secret Service, they were not. They were supporting through mutual aid. Our personnel briefed the tactical team leader that was leading that element that was providing the counter sniper. What is he saying there? What do you interpret from that?
Well, I'll take the last portion first. That's very well maybe the truth. However, I can just articulate that our snipers received no information from the Secret Service. Second of all, previously, why no one was covering that roof line? I think that question is better served to Secret Service of why wasn't anybody covering that roof line. The first one is definitely this notion that somehow our guys did not want to be on that roof because it was hot. You know, our snipers, one's a Marine Corps vet, one's had been on the job for 20 years as a policeman. I've spent 2 tours in Iraq. The temperature is not a deciding factor on how or when we deploy snipers. In this case, our guys were assigned specifically by Butler County ESU, and I would assume the Secret Service as to their positions that day. In regards to their positions, they were actually looking into the crowd. That's their pre-designed sectors. They were specifically identified was the entry control point, the area right before the magnetometers, and then the area in front of the stage. And those were the areas that our guys observed. At the time of the shooting, there was a Butler County sniper and a Beaver County sniper that were located there. Somehow that we should have had line of sight on not only the crowd, but the area to the side of the building where the shooter was eventually located is kind of ridiculous when you think about trying to do both things. The snipers are concentrated on a very defined mission and looking for very defined threats, and those don't come from them. The ability to redeploy to another area is also kind of this ridiculous notion that's out there that somehow our guys, despite guidance from Secret Service, could somehow, because they thought that this was not the right place to be, to relocate to a better vantage point is almost laughable in some regards, because, you know, think about it, if our guys were to move from their position onto the roof line, what that might cause in response from Secret Service counter snipers who did not have direct communication with us. It was only through intermediaries that they had communication.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.